Good morning, everyone. Yes, as the title suggests, it's cold one today. So I haven't been out myself, but it's all right. I need to clean my glasses. I should have done this before I started. But yes, Pixie's been out to the shop, and he says it's blooming cold. So got no viewers at the moment. I am a little bit early. I've set everything up. I've had my breakfast, etc. So I thought, what the heck? I'll go a little bit earlier. So rather than sit waiting about, I decided to go live. So now I can see. Now I've cleaned my glasses. So hello to the one viewer. You knew I would go in early, Mr. P. You just hadn't organised yourself. So yes, just the one viewer at the moment. Yeah, still watching the advert. Sorry.
It's about 1.5 minutes long.
Oh well, we've got the two viewers now. So about the adverts at the beginning, but hey ho, I'll go towards my AdSense. So yes, it's a cold one today. And apparently there was a eclipse last night, and it was one of these blood red moon type of things. So I don't know. I didn't stay up to watch it. So yeah, did anybody witness it? Yeah, we did miss it, unfortunately. When you have to be up at 6 a.m, to get lad off to school, then you have to get your beauty sleep, don't you? So another one pooped the bed post just been. So was 2, but now we're back down to 1. Got me coffee. So yes, Mr. P's not feeling very well today. Don't know why. Just don't feel it. Got the two viewers again. So yes, we're up to 3. Come in and say hello. Yeah, it's one of them days. I tell you something though. I've just put stew and meat and everything on. We're having a stew for tea tonight. Stew and dumplings. So what I tend to do is I put the meat, onions and a few mushrooms in the slow cooker, sprinkling of gravy granules, put that on for a few hours. I have bought I have got it's like a casserole, like mixed vegetables, and got carrots and leeks and swede and parsnip and everything in it. So I've sort of like bought a ready-made casserole mix. So what I'll do is a bit later on, after the meat's been in the slow cooker for a few hours, only thing I've got to do later is, as I say, add the vegetables, thicken it up a little bit, and then make some dumplings, and voila. a nice, healthy, sort of hearty meal. I made spag bol on Saturday. I was going to vlog it, but then I thought, well, I've already got that on my YouTube channel. I'm hoping to film another baking vlog a bit later on. Chocolate bundt cake. So yes, looking forward to that. I did share the stream out, but as of yet was just got Pixies commenting and somebody else watching, unless that includes me. So we'll see how things go, eh? Same as I say, gone a little bit earlier than what I normally do. So yeah, we're up to 4. Same as I say, I normally go at 10 o'clock, but I'd set the live stream up and everything. And I says, well, yeah, it's only 9:45, but what the heck? It's gone down to 3 now. It's gone down to 2. So somebody's tuned in and gone straight back out again. So yes, it's we'll just wait for a few more coming in, if they come in. So as I say, well, it's not slow. It's probably because I've gone early. You know, it's
not at your usual time.
Yes, people are expecting me going live at 10 o'clock, and I am a little bit earlier. So it'll pick up. It'll pick up.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I thought, well, I'll go a little bit early. I was going to do the baking vlog yesterday, and then I thought, hey, just popped in, can't stay, but have a good one. Okay then, thank you, Steve. So yeah, so we're looking forward to a stew and dumplings later on. Put the slow cooker on and put some braised, diced beef, I think it's called, onions and mushrooms in. So that's in the slow cooker. Leave it in for a few hours, and yeah. So we'll be having stew and dumplings later on for his tea. So looking forward to the stew and dumplings to warm us up a little bit. Just what you want. We're going to want down whoever it were that we're watching no more, because we've only got one.
That's me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whoever it were. So yeah. We're up to the 2 viewers.
Hello to the person who's just come in.
So we'll give it a bit longer. Oh, we're down to 1 now. Whoever it is, you frighten them off. So, but yeah, same as I say, this is what you get for going live early. You know, nobody expects to go in this early, so not be expecting to see me live till 10 a.m. So yeah, it's a bit, I don't know, it's like foggy or what it is out there. There's not a deal of wind. Not very warm, I can tell you that much. Hello to the second viewer. So vlogs I've got coming up, I've got the chocolate bundt cake. I've got what was the other one? I'll tell you in a minute. I've got it on my phone. Chocolate chip cookie cupcakes.
Oh, sounds nice.
So that's I've got the chocolate bundt cake, what I'm hoping to do later on, and then probably during the week I've got chocolate chip cookie cupcakes. So I ain't sort of really planned any after that, but hiya Mary, how are you? So yes, I'm doing the chocolate bundt cake later today. I've got the ingredients for the chocolate chip cookie cupcakes. And I ain't sort of planned that far ahead. I've got a few things in mind, you know, like I was gonna vlog the stew, but when all said and done, it's in the slow cooker, so it's just a case of, you know, you put this in the slow cooker, you put water to it, blah blah blah. Not really much of a vlog, really. You know, everything's done in the slow cooker. I just chuck everything in and just add dumplings later. Oh, you're going to do another Tello vlog later, are you? It is. It's cold here, Mary. I mean, we haven't had any snow yet. I mean, the funny thing is, parts of Sheffield have had it, but we haven't had none. Hi, Anita, how are you? Yeah, we're just saying, you know, there's certain parts that are only about 20 minutes away from us have had snow, but we haven't had any. So we had like a dust, what I call a dusting, which, you know, like little, nothing to write home about. But yeah, I was just looking on my phone, it says 4 Celsius. So Pixie's been to the shop, but I'm not venturing out at all because it's too damn cold. Yeah, feels it. I have had eating on a little bit, but it was like just enough to take the chill off. You know, it's oh, below zero, Mary says. Wow. Did anybody watch the eclipse? I mean, I don't know what time it occurred, but you know, I've seen several things on YouTube about it. You know, people catching it. You know, we were in bed, so I don't know what time it occurred here in the UK, or don't we when it's frosty? Well, I won't be weeing outside anyway. News has changed. It's supposed to snow Thursday now, although Newcastle have had some. We see, I would just say, I mean, we live in Sheffield, but towns about 20 minutes away have had snow, but we haven't had any. Well,
Other side of the city.
Yeah, other side of the city. See, we're about 10 minutes away from city centre. You know, you'd think if Sheffield were going to have snow, we'd have had it, but we haven't had any. Well, when I say we haven't had any.
That other side of the city is a lot higher than what we are. That's like second highest point in Sheffield, so that's why they get snow before us.
Oh, but not that I'm complaining, because personally I don't like snow anyway, but as I always say, I can hardly stand up as it is. We are, you know, going out and falling flat on my face in the snow. Yeah, we see this as the thing, Nate. There's only like certain places in the UK that have had snow. I ain't doing no naked snow angels. It's blooming cold enough as it is. So, I mean, Pixie can do that, but I ain't.
I'm open to offers.
You know, when it's like this, I like to keep wrapped up warm, not strip off. I'm sorry. Oh dear.
Well, they started to get saucy chat.
Yeah. Oh dear. I mean, it's like when I do venture out, I'm like an Eskimo wrapped up, you know, gloves on, scarf on, thick coat on, with a hood on. You know, I'm as I always say, I'm built for comfort, not speed. So, but Meltham usually gets snow bad before anywhere else, with it being high up in the hills, and it hasn't had a snowflake.
Where's Meltham? Have you heard of it?
I don't know.
Where's Meltham, Nate?
I can Google it for you, Mr. P.
Oh, Nate will tell us. We don't know, do we, Lucy? No.
Home Firth.
Oh, Home Firth. Nice area.
Kirklees in West Yorkshire.
Oh.
There you go. Near Home Firth. Yeah, she's just put. It says it within the metropolitan borough of Kirklees in West Yorkshire.
Did that last of the Summer Wine country?
I haven't got a clue. It's mainly farms. Yeah, it sounds very rural.
Good drone footage.
But yeah, it's somebody you can't hear Lucy peering her head off over there. She's very vocal when she Compost Cafe.
Ah.
Well, you see at the moment, at this moment in time, we haven't got transport, but we're hoping that's going to change within you know, the next month or so. So we're hoping to get out and about a lot more. We're not having transport. It limits me as to, you know, where I can go, or, you know, even like when as GP surgery is only just up the road, but it's like that the hill. So, you know, I had to get a taxi there and back, but to push, we've got the trams. You know, we've got it is. Well, that's what I say. It's like that, isn't it? It's not. I mean, it's all right coming down, but it's going up it that's the problem. So I mostly, you know, get the taxi up there and to push, you know, go on the tram, because I've got like one of these free bus pass things where I don't have to pay on the tram or the bus. But it's quite a walk to the nearest bus stop, and it's a walk to the tram stop. But you know, it's a case of needs must. Let's just say, you know, I don't go to the doctors all that often. I mean, like I went last Monday because I I have to have a regular B12 injection. So that's every 12 weeks. I do have to go to hospital appointments, but they set transport up for me. So it's more or less they pick you up at the door and drop you back off at the door. So, hiya, Carla. How are you?
Hello, Carla.
Hope you're well. I have Still's disease in my spine, up and knee, so I feel your pain, especially in week. Yeah, we see I've got severe arthritis, and it's been chronic, you know, since the cold weather. It's hiya, Tina. How are you? So yeah, you know, it debilitates me during the winter. With having arthritis, you know, I still get pain in the summer, but not to the degree that I get it in the winter. So, you know, it's I'm no good for anything in this cold weather. I mean, I'm sort of, I've got basically arthritis everywhere. You know, it's in my hands, in my neck, in my knees, in my. I mean, like yesterday, the pain in my feet was that bad. I felt like I was walking on hot coals. It was that bad yesterday, and just the, you know, just me putting my feet to the floor to walk, it was really, really painful. Yeah. I'm same, Nate. I'm not so bad in the summer, but it's like twice as bad in the winter. I mean, I've got like a swelling in my hand, and nobody seems to know what's causing it, because the other one seems okay. But you know, I've had splints and I've had X-rays. They said that the only thing that they could see on X-ray were I've got arthritis in the base of my thumb. But, you know, the splints that they gave me, they've sent me 2 different ones, and neither of them do any good. So, you know, and it's basically the arthritis is that severe in my knee. I mean, this came from the physio's mouth, that if I wasn't such a big lady, that you know, it'd warrant a knee replacement. But what is tendonitis?
That is your thumb that they said that, yeah.
Oh yeah. Because when all this swelling, the doctor told me it was tendonitis. But when I went to see the physiotherapist, they said it could be a reoccurrence of carpal tunnel, because I've already had an operation on that hand. One, it could be tendonitis, carpal tunnel, or just basically severe arthritis. Well, you see, that's what they said, Nate, about this with my knee, because I don't want to gross anybody out, but the minute I stand up, my knee pops out of joint. And I went to see the physio about it, and she says, because there's that much fluid around my knee, it's the fluid pushing the knee out of joint. But one, they won't give me a painkilling injection, because they say I'm at too high a risk of getting an infection plus my age. 2, they wouldn't drain the fluid off for the same reasons. So basically, I'm stuck with a knee that's not any good and keeps popping out of joint every time I move. But you see, another problem that I suffer with is inflammation of the muscles. So not only have I got to contend with arthritis, I get inflamed muscles. So I can't win either way. But yeah, so the physio what was that blood test that it did? Inflammation markers, and that came back normal. So basically, they can't sort of give me a definite diagnosis as to why my hand's swelling up so much and the other one's okay. Well, this is the thing as well, Nate. I'm on 3.
Hey, Jackson.
Hey, Jax. I'm on 3 lots of different painkillers. I'm on cocodamol, gabapentin, and tramadol. Not all at the same time, obviously, but they were telling me that tramadol is the strongest that they can give you. So yeah. So in no uncertain terms,
No.
in no uncertain terms, I'm buggered. You know. But you know, I mean, the doctors know the situation, but they refuse to give me anything stronger. You know, does it differ from GP to GP? But my GP told me, basically, I'm on the strongest painkiller, which is the tramadol, and they can't, you know, they can't give me anything stronger. So. Yeah. Yeah. Has to be referred to the pain management. I mean, from my point of view, they know the amount of pain that I'm in. And I'm the sort of person, I don't like keep going back to the doctors and saying, well, look, this isn't working, because basically they do naff all about it. But you know, I mean, there's you know, they've told me it could be even fibromyalgia. You know, I've been told by the doctors it could be. You know, I mean, no definite yes or no. It could be.
Are you going to tell me?
No. We talk about anything today. You know, I mean, it's a coffee morning. I've got my coffee in my hand. You know, we talk about anything and nothing, or nothing and anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, it weren't too bad, Tina. You know, quiet weekend, catching up on TV and. It's something I have to put up with, Jax. You know, it's a case of, you know, I'm here. I'm thankful for every day that I'm here. You know, it's they tell everyone with pain they have fibro. They told me I had it because yeah. You see, this is the thing. I mean, I've often said, you know, ours is quite a big practice. You know what I mean? They give you 10 minutes with a GP, you know, and I think a lot of the time they fob you off. Oh, pardon me. I mean, see, the thing is, I go for a B12 injection every 12 weeks as well. And I'm part of a Facebook group. And I sort of put a post in there the other day. I says, well, I don't know about anybody else, but I can always tell when I'm ready for my B12 injection, because I feel absolutely crap like a couple of weeks before I'm due it. You know, I feel lethargic, I'm feeling run down, I feel tired all the time. And basically they were saying to me, well, go back to your GP. You could probably do with having like 8 weekly injections instead of 12. But then, you know, you've got other people sort of saying, well, they get the B12 off of the internet and self-inject, which you can do. But I'm sort of person that if my doctor tells me I only need it every 12 weeks, then I go by the rules, let's just say. Okay then, Tina, thank you for popping in.
Hi, Tina.
But you know what I mean? It's what to do and what not to do. I mean, I've had a lot of people say to me, try that CBD oil. You know, you get the pain relief, but obviously without the high, you know, and oh, they've tried on placebos, have they? But you see, to me, I mean, that's wrong, you know. If they don't believe the pain that you're in, you know what I mean? You're not, I mean, if it's like me, you're not going to go to A&E or you're not going to go to doctors saying you're in severe pain if you're not. I mean, yeah, some people do that just so they get the pain medication, but I can't understand anybody doing that. You know, if you're in pain, you're in pain. If you're in pain, you go and do something about it. You know what I mean? But you know, and I'm one of these that I'm thinking, well, doctors are busy enough. I mean, it's like our GPs. The phone lines open up at 8:30. They say to you, ring up the morning you want an appointment. But it's like rocking horse poo on a Monday morning, because you can be ringing and ringing and ringing for about an hour, and that's just to get through. And then we've got like a triage system where you have to wait for the doctor ringing you back, seeing whether if it's worth making an appointment for. So even if you get through, you've then got to wait for the doctor ringing you back. So by the time you've done, it's nearly lunchtime by the time anybody's rung you back. Well, you see, this is the thing. I mean, the hospitals are under that much pressure as regards the beds, and, you know, having empty beds or bed blockers, as they call them. You know, they think that once they've got it under control, right, we'll discharge that person, and the bed's not even got cold before they've got somebody else in it. Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me started about losing prescriptions and whatever.
They are rubbish though, aren't they?
Oh, dear.
And it's not very good when you've got the receptionist sounding like, good morning, Norfolk Park Medical Centre.
But you see, the thing is as well, we've got an external prescription line. Like you ring this number, it's not connected to the doctors. They have to log into your like medication. Then you've sort of got to reload. I mean, mine is 5 pages long. You know, my repeat prescription is 5 pages long. And when you've got to sit there sort of saying, well, this, I want this and I want this, you know, I've got like 14 items on mine, you know, and it were, he always says when he's going to pick my prescription up, I'm just going to get wheelbarrow out at shed. I need to go and pick Jeanette's prescription up. But I mean, like, take for instance, not so long back, I think you've got 4 items on your repeat prescription, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's
right,
this is the thing, Jax. You know, before I even start in the morning, with my first cup of coffee, I take 10 tablets. And that's not including my pain medication.
Tablets counter a tablet.
Yeah. And then sort of after I've had some breakfast, I take oh, I don't know where they are now. Yeah. And And that's before, you know, before the pain medication. And then I have to take like well, me and Pixie laugh about it because we called it an horse tablet. And it's like a multivitamin, Forceval it's called. And it's got like 23 vitamins and minerals. Well, you see, Nate, the thing is, our receptionist the same, you know, can you just sort of outline the problem? But then you sort of say, well, this, then, but they started saying now, well, you don't have to tell me if it's personal. So I think, bugger it, when I ring up, I'll just say it's personal. I don't want to go through all rigmarole of saying, well, it's this, that, or other. You know what I mean? I just say every time, oh, it's personal. You know, I don't want to discuss my ins and outs with a receptionist that's just there to answer the phone and whatever. You know, they're a receptionist for a reason. They're just to take calls and, you know, put through to doctor or whatever. You know, I'm not going to tell my life story or my problems to a receptionist.
Yeah, they're useless.
You know, so I just say it's personal if I do need to ring up and make an appointment. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, Nate. You know, I'm not going to tell my life story to a receptionist when, you know, I can explain all that to doctor when I go and see her. You know, so I mean, they've sort of started saying, outline the problem, but if it's personal, you know, just say it's personal. So that to save time and effort, I just say it's personal. So, I mean, this is sort of my sense of humour. I have to bite my tongue sometimes because I feel like saying, well, I think I've got a bad case at Clap, you know. You know, to receptionist just for hell of it, and you know, to brighten my day up. But I think no, I'm going to be serious. I'm not going to joke about.
That'd be funny, that.
You know what I mean? But you know, that's my sense of humour. I swear, one of these days when I ring up the doctors, I'm going to say, well, yeah, you know, I think I've got a bad case at Clap. You know, I want doctor to sort it out for me. You know what I mean? Nate says she told her once I had an itchy bumhole. Oh dear. But you see that you see me and Nate sound like we've got the same sense of humour, because so as I say, the times I've had to bite my tongue, whereas I've wanted to say, you know, I think I've got a bad case at Clap. You know.
Bad case of Clap and itchy bumhole.
Yeah. Yeah. Pixie's just said a bad case at Clap and an itchy bumhole. Well, this is it. That's exactly the reason why I have to bite my tongue when she says, you know, can you briefly tell me what's the problem? And I have to bite my tongue because I feel like saying that, you know, I think I've got a bad case at Clap. You know what I mean? But you see, they try and be witty and say, well, you know, it's not your doctor you need. It's not the doctor you need to see. You need to go to the.
It's a good bum scratcher you need.
No, you need to go to the gum clinic or wherever it's called. You know what I mean? But you know, the times I've sort of had to bite my tongue and wanted to say that, you know, just.
But I haven't had one yet.
I'm gonna say I didn't know that there was adverts in the middle of it. Yeah, but I mean, I always thought you put them. I mean, this is how technological I am. I know sort of when you log it, you know, they come onto the stream.
Yeah, you got to watch it all day.
You get an advert, but I didn't realise that there was some in between as well. But hey ho.
Hey ho.
All more towards me AdSense.
Yeah, that just popped up.
Oh
But
dear.
it was a video adverts or just a pop-up adverts at the bottom with the writing on.
So yeah, you know, I mean, I never thought I'd be in this position where I'd be monetized, you see, but you know, I never thought I'd get to 1,000 subscribers, but no, I had no choice but to watch it, lol. Didn't have a skip button. Well, just think that you're contributing to my AdSense and, you know, towards my first paycheck off of YouTube. Hi, Ivy, how are you? But yeah, you know, I mean, it's like it's 2 years this year since I started my YouTube channel. I mean, I never thought I'd get to 1,000 subscribers, let alone sort of be nearly at 1,500 and be monetized. You know, and when I say to people that I appreciate them coming in, I appreciate everybody that watches, I do mean it, because it humbles me to think, you know, well, I'm just me being me, you know what I mean? Oh dear. Yeah. But yeah, you know, I mean, I've been monetized since it's about September, October, yeah. I don't know, since about then, and I didn't actually know that I'd got the monetization because I applied for it. Well, Pixie did, because I ain't got a clue how to do it. You know, and you know, I did stories. People are waiting 5 months. People are waiting, you know, 4 weeks or this, that, and other. Within about 3 weeks, Bella messaged me and says, "Oh," she says, "I think you're monetized." She says, "I've just clicked onto one of your streams." She says, "There were an advert at front of it." And what, you know, I just sat there crying, you know, because it's, no, you don't get to decide what ads they put on. They're just random ads. But it's like, if people watch them adverts, then I get so much from people watching the adverts, if you know what I mean. But funnily enough, I've only sort of been monetized about 3-4 months, and I've already got nearly 30 quid in my account via donation. Well, you know, super chats and whatever. Ivy says, "Okay, do you get to do?" You see, like when I do my vlogs, you can go to I mean, Pixie's shown me this, but I couldn't we are sort of sitting in front of it. You can go, let's say you've got like a 10-minute vlog, you could put an ad either halfway through and just have a couple of ads with it only being a 10-minute vlog. But when you're doing a live stream, you can go back after the live stream's process and space the ads out, so you're getting ads, you know, in between. So but I mean, there's like a limit that you've got to get to before you can actually collect it. Now, Pixie and myself are both. Some people have a check sent to them once they get to that £60 cap, whatever, or you can leave it in, and you know what I mean. But once it gets to £60, you can say to YouTube, "Well, can you pay that amount into my PayPal?" Now, we've got it as though it goes straight into our bank accounts rather than having a check sent out in the post or anything. But you can leave it and let it build up till, let's say you've got like something like £100. You know, you don't have to, once it gets to £60, you don't have to collect it, but you have to apply to YouTube to collect that. Well, I didn't know that.
That's if you've got past the £60 threshold.
Yeah. I didn't know that one. I didn't know. I thought you could sort of, once you got to that £60 limit, you could collect it whenever.
No.
I didn't know there were certain dates, you know, certain dates that you could. I didn't know that one. Oh dear. I hope I tell you something, Nate. We've been like that just recently because my disability is that bad that Pixie's had to, up until November, we were working. But okay, apply again to collect it. Oh wow, complicated. Yeah, you see, if it weren't for Pixie, Ivy, I wouldn't know. You know, I mean, he's the one that sort of knows the ins and outs of it. I only know what he's told me. But yeah, so Pixie packed up work in November for the fact that the problem with my knee has got that bad. It can give way at any moment. And his son's 16, he's out at school all day. Pixie were out at work all day, and same as he says. She says, do you want to be a channel manager? But you see, the thing is as well, Nate, when I do the baking vlogs, I don't even know how to edit. So Pixie edits them, he films them and everything. I just sit there and bake the cakes. But yeah, so we got to the situation where I did have an incident before he packed up work, and I had to call him and he had to rush home. Now, we sort of came to the realization, well, Pixie said to me, well, look at it from this point of view. If you were to fall and you're in on your own, you'd be there till either Callum came home from school or he came home from work. So I'd be lay there all day on the floor with nobody to assist me, because we've got pensioners either side, and I wouldn't want, you know, next door's trying to lift me up off the floor.
I'll have to try and remember how to do it and do one.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I've just sort of give Pixie food for thought there, saying do a tutorial, because yeah, there is a lot of people out there that don't understand it. I mean, I personally don't understand it if it weren't for Pixie, if you know what I mean. I didn't even know how to put the ads in, you know, once I got monetized. And he said, he sort of sat me down and he says, well, you go to this page, you click on this, you do that. I mean, I didn't even know, like, once the video's processed, you can go and put custom thumbnails on, until Pixie told me how to do it. And now I just click on it, go to custom thumbnail, and I add my own thumbnail on it. You know what I mean? And that was the only through Pixie telling me how to do it. I mean, I'm going to make you laugh now, but when I first started my YouTube channel, first time I ever did a live stream, it took me 2 hours to get it. Pixie was at the football with his son, right? And he set it all up for me before he went out. And he says, just click this and just click that. And I'm one of these that panic and get all befuddled. And I'm ringing him. I say, well, what do we do now? What do we do now? And then I got another friend, you know, she was trying to talk me through it after 2 hours. 2 hours later, and I eventually got to go live. not at the moment. I mean, hi, Life Journey, how are you? You know, it's. I mean, I do invite people up onto the panel, but I've got to know people before I can invite them up onto the panel. But you see, the thing is, same as I say, after I've done that initial, you know, live stream, and, you know, I mean, it's second nature to me now. I can set it all up myself. I share it out. I can invite people up on the panel, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's the more, you know, the more you do it, the more used to it you get. But then sort of Pixie starts going on OBS and people are saying, yeah, you know, do you use it? I says, well, I can only just understand Hangouts, let alone do OBS. You know what I mean? Pixie's got the green screen and everything. You know, I'm one of these that, you know, you've got to explain it to me about 100 times before I understand what's going off. You know what I mean? I'm not very technological. Let's just say that. You know, I mean, I do know that sort of if you're live streaming from your phone, it's hard to oh, Rick May says, well, I'm a UK YouTuber. My community on here is the UK drinking and gambling community. I lost a channel due to copyright a few days ago. Oh dear. I am Mars. You know, some as I say, Jack says she's a technophobe as well. But you see, the thing is, same as I say, if it weren't for Pixie, I'd be lost, because he's the filmer, is the editor, you know. You know, I don't understand computers. I'm going, well, what do I do? What do I, you know? I get all panicky because I don't know how to do things, and sort of you're going on strike. It keeps it like for about a year now. He's been saying, well, I've got to sit you down and I've got to learn you how to edit, and you know, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? But that's about as far as it gets.
It went for Craig this neighbours. I've seen neighbours since Kylie were in it.
But yeah, you know, it's a case of I'm not very technological, and without Pixie, I'd be lost as regards, you know, editing and filming and whatever. But yeah, you know, it's you know, it's a case of I'm one of these, you make the most of what you've got, and you know what I mean.
Pretty please post
Easy peasy
tutorials, although I probably stop skip ads on binge watch.
Race mix Rick's
$dollars my way, lol.
But you see, the thing is, I mean, like Pixie does the OBS, and you know, it confuddles me, you know what I mean.
No big words on a Monday morning, please.
You know, it's you know, you can get a chat in a on the screen, and there's a box here, and then there's a box there, and it can even play his videos while he's you know what I mean. Okay then, Life's Journey. That's what I use too, OBS. But you see, you know, I mean, he's sort of just got into the,
yeah,
you know,
looking at the OBS setup, nice and good, quite good actually.
Yeah. Pixie's just said he's just checked your thing. He says you've got a nice OBS setup.
Oh.
But you see, I mean, like I know a lot of YouTubers that just use the phone, you know, to live stream and whatever.
Like the program on TV, what's that? Oh, the
kids. A station football.
Hello.
But yeah, you know, I mean, it's all too complicated for me. I mean, it's I like things simple, you know. Not that I'm saying I'm simple, but anything too complicated and I'm lost. You know what I mean? It's I mean, like a friend of ours, like uses the OBS, but they use Skype to, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm lost when they say Skype. You know what I mean? I do know what Skype is, but they use that to invite, so they, you know, they're not just sitting there talking into camera by themselves. You know, so they can actually, because obviously on OBS you're limited to how many people you can invite on the panel, etc. You know, and all these fancy things. You know, it's you know, it gets too complicated for me. So you know, it's I'll stick to Hangouts. I'll stick to, you know, what I know.
What you know, that's
yeah,
what you say.
That's what I would. That's what I just said. I'll stick to what I know. There's something you can use on Hangouts called Minicams right now. You can have. Ooh.
I think you got to pay for that Minicam, you know.
Yeah, Ivy says they just made it too complicated, Jeanette, and I'm. Yeah, we see. It's. I mean, I don't know about you, Ivy, but I forget what I said 5 minutes ago. You know what I mean? So it's not a case of, you could learn it, me, but then 5 minutes later, I probably forgot what you told me. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, I mean, it's I mean, the old adage where you get up to go into the kitchen and then forget what you went in there for. You know, that's me to a T. I get up and, you know, I'm going to do something and then I forget what I went to do in the first place. But that's just old age. But you know, and it's like, it's all right. People could sit me down and say, well, you do this when you're editing and you do that when you're editing. I'd move away and then forgot what it told me. You know, it's a case of yeah, Rick's May says that happens to be about type 1 diabetes, so can't remember. But you see, I'm lucky I ain't got diabetes or anything, but it's, you know, it's my age. You know, some, as I say, I get up to go in the kitchen and I think, well, I've got up to go and do, or somebody could tell me something. I'm terrible with names.
See you later,
okay then. It's all right, I'm just reading the message first. Homework to do before. See you later, Jax. Hiya, Andy.
Hey, how do I do? Don't tell me it's about 40 Celsius.
No, it wants hot chocolate, so it can't be all that warm.
Oh, it's tonight. Oh, of course, it's night time.
Oh, Moss says he's got craft. Can't remember a flipping thing. I think I must have that as well, Moss. So, I mean, the only Spanish I know is hola, hola, which means hello. That's about the only thing I know. But yeah, you know, it's 36.
That's fun starting, so at least 40.
I'm going to say it's only 4 here, no, so.
40.
Yeah. Me and Pixie often laugh about that when I put it that safe as I can't remember where I put it in first place. You know what I mean? We do. I'll say to Pixie, oh, I'll put this here so I can remember where I've put it, but then I can't remember where I've put it. You know, that's my favourite. I'll put it somewhere safe, and then forget where I've put it. Terrible for doing that. You know, putting things away and then can't remember where we've put them. I mean, what were we looking for?
I don't know, I think I forgot that.
It's all right. This is what I'm talking about. It was some it was some paperwork of some form or other. And I needed it for something. And could I had place upside down. I'd put it that somewhere safe that I couldn't find it at all.
No, it's only 19 Celsius where Moz lives.
Well, I keep saying that I'm going to have to buy one of these sticky note pad things and keep sticking it on door, or I've got one of them cork boards in the kitchen, sticking it on this cork board and saying, well, you've put this in a certain place or you've put that in a certain place.
I'll see you later, Ivy. Thanks for
Okay then, Ivy.
Then trips over the orange.
But yeah, I think I'm going to have to invest in some of these sticky notes and say, well, you know, you've put such and such somewhere, or you've put this somewhere, or, you know, it's third drawer down in kitchen, or it's in wall unit drawer, or something like that to remind me where it is. He says yes, she does. Bye, see you later, Ivy. Thanks for popping in. But either that or stick it on my forehead.
Yeah, they forgot it on there. They got some shops and it's still on.
And then be walking about, and somebody saying, well, what are you doing walking about with a sticky note stuck to your forehead? Oh, I forgot that were there. Oh, dear. But it's an age thing. That's what I put it down to. You know, the older you get, the worse your memory gets.
We're losing his marbles.
Yeah, I think I lost my marbles a long while ago.
Oh, yeah, I've got some marbles to lose in the first place, so I've got no chance of it.
But, you know, it's a case of... I mean, I'll give you an instance. I was emptying the bin this morning. Now, I keep the bin liners in the kitchen. So I got a bin liner while I was in there to come in here and empty the bin. Now, I lifted the bin liner because I have these tie bin liner things. So I got the bin liner out the bin, tied it up and everything. And then I'm saying to Chris, what did I do with that bin liner? I know I've ripped one off at Rowell because they're in the kitchen. And I bought it in here somewhere, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And then Chris says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll go and get you another one out the kitchen. So I went in the kitchen, got me another one, put it in the bin. And then when Callum comes in, I always get him like some clothes to change out of his uniform when he comes in. And they're on the back of the sofa here. So I looked, and I'd only put it on top of the clothes that were on back of the sofa, and I found it after the fact that I'd got another one and put it in the bin. So I found it eventually, but could I find it in, you know, when I were emptying the bin, I run to 909, where did I put it? And I were looking high and low. And I thought, well, I knew I'd probably come through the door, stuck it at back of me on top of some clothes.
The only problem with that is, Boz, that if she's going to look in the mirror, right, she's going to be upside down.
As Andy says, it's a senior moment. I get them all the time, Andy.
I get them, but I'm only 47.
You know, and it were a case of, I found it, but I couldn't remember where I put it in first place. You know what I mean? It weren't sort of till I were sorting Callum's clothes out and moving them about and whatever that I found it in first place. Oh dear.
Fix his live stream.
But you know, they do say that you resort back to your childhood when the older you get. You know, you return to your childhood where you know. So But I have a lot of senior moments, I'll tell you, Moz.
I'll be alright going back to my childhood if I'm losing my memory and all that lot. School field where we used to play footballs all for the houses there. See you there, Andy.
Okay then, see you later. But yeah, you know, it does frustrate me that, you know, you're sitting there and what somebody will say something to you, and then I say, I can't remember what I said 5 minutes ago. But I mean, I saw a post on Facebook and it'll say, well, like songs from the 80s and whatever, you can remember all the words to them, but you can't remember what you said 5 minutes ago. You know what I mean? And it's laughable. I can sit there, I can listen to a song and I can be singing away to it and I can remember all the words. Yet on flip side of it, I can't remember what I said 5 minutes ago. So so it is very true. You know, I mean, I don't understand the brain. You know, I know it's got 4, like 2 frontal lobes and 2 back lobes, and certain parts of the brain determine like your emotions and your senses and your speech and whatever. I think mine must be muddled up.
Right. I think it's time for another coffee morning. I mean, a coffee.
I'll let you take my plate away, thank you. So yeah, you know, I mean, if I'm like this now, what am I going to be like when I'm in my 80s or something like that? So, hi, Amber.
Hello, Amber.
How are you? Pixie's just making a coffee. So, it's all right. We're talking about senior moments and not being able to remember what we said 5 minutes ago. I'm terrible for it, and putting things in places that we can't remember, that, you know, that you put them in a safe place, and but you can't remember where it's safe places. Moss says, I tried to place my memories into categories in filing cabinets in my mind. Only problem is I can't find the filing cabinet key when I need it. But it you know, it's horrible when you're getting older, you know, and you know, your memory starts to fail you. You know what I mean? I mean, I often think to myself, am I getting Alzheimer's or something? You know what I mean? Because just recently, my memory's been shocking. It's been shocking recently. You know, if it weren't like for text reminders and, you know, appointments at doctors, I'd forget. You know, I mean, it's a good invention, sending texts out to remind you about your appointments. Because I'd forget anyway. But yeah, it's terrible. So what has everybody been up to over the weekend? Have you had a good weekend? Done anything exciting? We've just had a nice relaxed weekend. You know, I was going to do a baking vlog yesterday and then I couldn't be bothered. I've put the slow cooker on this morning and we're having stew and dumplings for his tea. So I put the slow cooker on with some diced beef and onions and mushrooms, and then I've got a casserole mix, like, you know, carrots, leeks, parsnips, sweet potatoes and everything. I put the meat on for about 3-4 hours, and then I'll add the vegetables and whatever. Hi, Ian. How are you? I'm just Oh, you've got stomach flu, have you? So yeah, so we're having stew and dumplings tonight for his tea. I'm hoping to film a baking vlog later on. I'll just show you what I'm making. When it loads up. Oh yeah, if you can see it, that's what I'm making later. That is chocolate bundt cake. So I'll probably film it later. I don't know whether it's going to be published today. It all depends. Yeah, so it says it may be published tomorrow, because obviously he has to edit it and everything for me. It says he's suffering, going to stop drinking on Easy Day show. Yes, and I heard you swear last night on Easy's show last night. First time I've heard Ian Matthews swear.
Was it in?
So yes, we had. I did spag bol on Saturday. We had a roast dinner yesterday, and we're having stew and dumplings for his tea. So
I'll believe that when I see it here. Stop drinking on Easy show.
So yeah, what I do is I make a big slow cooker full of it, and then once we've, you know, had his tea out of it, I've got some of these like plastic tubs with lids on, so I put it all in there and freeze it. So, you know, during the week, if we want any for his lunch, just get. Okay then. Bella says I'm lurking in the background.
Hello, Bella.
So just saying, Bella, I've got the slow cooker on, and I put diced beef in it with some onions and mushrooms, and making a stew and dumplings.
I always behave.
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 Yeah, that's fine, Moss. Put the link in. It says he made a super easy fruit cake just before Christmas. I've uploaded a video of it.
It cost you 20 quid though. Or $20.
After the bundt cake as well, I've got another one in the pipeline. This'll tickle your taste buds. Chocolate chip cookie cupcakes. So that's another one that's in the pipeline. I've got all the ingredients for that one as well. I'm trying to do them so I can get in front. So that's the next one after the bundt cake. And if you can see, you like put the cookie dough inside the cupcake, make some little small dinky chocolate chip cookies, and stick them on top with some chocolate chips on as well. Bella's still half asleep.
No, Baz is.
Oh, Baz is still asleep.
Where's Baz?
Yeah. But yeah. So they're you know, I'm going to hopefully do the bundt cake a bit later on, and hopefully do the chocolate chip cupcakes later in the week.
Dennis is in the
house. Hiya, Dennis. How are you?
Granddad, did you manage to download that bloody video yet? They tried all day yesterday.
So if you're wondering what that link is that Moz has put up, it's a super easy fruit cake.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it now.
That's it. You watch somebody else's baking vlog, Mr. P.
I'm multitasking.
Yeah. But you see what it is, Carla, is you make like the cookie dough, and you make like dough balls. You put half of the cupcake mix in, put the dough ball in the middle, and then fill it up, bake them, And then the other cookie dough, you make into like miniature chocolate chip cookies. Make like a butter icing for the top and stick the mini ones on the top. And when you bite into them, the cookie dough is actually in the middle of the in the middle of the cupcake. So yeah, Emma's in as well.
Hello, Emma.
So yeah, so that it looks complicated, but I think the fiddly part is like doing the dough balls. So you know, they should be nice when they're cooked. Are you sticking?
It's not doing stuff I want it to do. I can't watch it yet. Oh, I can watch it before.
So yeah, so they're a couple of vlogs in the making, and just to let
oh, Mr. Hubby Chris.
Dennis, no, we're having stew and dumplings for tea.
Yeah, this will be cooked all the way through, Dennis.
Yeah, we're having. I put the slow cooker on this morning with the diced beef and a few some onions and mushrooms and a bit of gravy granules. I'll leave that to cook for about 4 hours, and then a bit later on, I bought a casserole casserole thing from Mazda. It's got everything in it: carrots, swede, leek, parsnips, potatoes. So basically, once the meat's cooked through, you just bung everything in, thicken it up, and then a bit later I've making the dumplings, and you know, about 10 minutes before, you know, we're dishing up, I'll pop the dumplings in, and away we go. Oh, Dennis says he's just checking the link now. So yeah, if anybody wants stew and dumplings, they're welcome, because I've got well, a bit later on, I'll have a big slow cooker full. Okay then, Moss, see you later. Thanks for popping in. So if anybody wants stew and dumplings, so yeah, plenty to go around, because as I say, I make a big slow cooker full, and I think, what is it, a litre? I don't know what size slow cooker is. Litre one, it's quite a big one. And I was just saying, what I tend to do is, once it's cooled down and everything, I've got these plastic tub things, so I just fill them up, chuck them in freezer, and you've got meals for later on. Well, I was going to do Dennis, but same as I said to Chris, I says, you can't really vlog it, because all I've done is turn the slow cooker on, chuck some meat in it, and then I've got to wait a few hours, and then all I'm going to do is chuck the vegetables and everything in. It's not really a vlog, is it, really? Sort of. I mean, I might get Chris to take some pictures, you know, with the finished article, but it's like, it's in slow cooker, so it's not like I'm, you know, it's just like chuck it meat and onions in and some mushrooms, a few gravy granules, and now I leave it for 4 hours, and then I bought a casserole mix thing from Asda. All I've got to do really to the vegetables is chop them a little bit smaller, because we don't like great big, because some of the carrots is like that, and then it's got like it's got like leek in it, and I find sometimes they cut, you know, they don't actually cut them up small, so I just have to cut them down a little bit. So I'll probably get Chris to, you know, sort of intermittently do a little bit of filming as regards, you know, well, meat's been in slow cooker for about 4 hours, I'm just going to add the vegetables, you know, and then probably do a little bit of a filming, like me making the dumplings, etc. I haven't decided yet, but it was like when I first, I took the, because you see, we had shopping delivered. Now, I took the diced beef out the freezer yesterday, and the frozen, you know, the casserole thing. But I also bought some extra mince, and I'm on about making a cottage pie in the week. So, I mean, that might be one that I can film, you know, for, you know, making a cottage pie. But when I make a cottage pie, I sprinkle it on top with cheese. You know, when you put in the potatoes on top, sprinkle it with cheese before it goes back in the oven. But you see, the thing that the problem we've got is Callum's not a big stew and dumplings fan, so he'll have some, but he's not a fan of it. Hiya, Kirsten, how are you? So we'll probably get to freeze a lot of it. So yeah. So good thing about this stew and dumplings and doing it in the slow cooker and everything is once it's cooled down, you can put it in these tubs, put it in the freezer, and you've got a meal, you know, to take out at freezer whenever you want. So yeah. I must say that stew and dumplings is one of Mr. P's favourite. Just got the news I'm not allowed to play any instruments for a couple of weeks, so I've been better. Oh, why is that, Kirsten? A medical problem or? But another one of Mr. P's favourites is meat potato pie. That's one of Mr. P's favourites as well. So I might have to vlog that as well. So yeah, there's a few things in the pipeline. I mean, I did consider like homemade soups, and here's an idea to run past you. Like obviously I did some baking at Christmas, and I save all my jam jars. Does anybody think it's a good idea to do like my own jam making and things like that? You know, like, I don't know, plum jam, blackcurrant jam, strawberry jam, you know what I mean? Do people think it's a good idea to vlog like making homemade jam? Tendon problems in my right hand, and carpal, yeah, I've had that. I've had an operation actually on my hand, carpal tunnel. I should have had both done, but I had that many problems with this. I didn't bother having the other one done. So does anybody think it's a good idea to do a few vlogs on homemade jam making?
Yes.
You know, I mean, I could do like blackcurrant jam, blackberry jam, strawberry jam, raspberry jam. You know what I mean? Same as I say, I'm one of these like empty jam jars. I always say, well, I'll save them because you never know when you might need them. So yeah, so I mean, that was something I thought of as well. Someone suggested like homemade soups. I looked up a recipe for, I think it were leek potato, I think it were. So it's sort of, I'm sort of batting ideas about at the moment, you know, homemade jam, homemade soups, things like that, you know. I mean, I've got the jam jars for the jam, so it's just a case of, you know, looking up exactly what to do. I mean, the last time I made jam, I think I were at school. So
last time I made jam, it were at
if you make chicken and dumplings, I'll come over. I was just saying, Kirsten, I'm making stew and dumplings for tea tonight. The diced beef and onion and mushrooms is already in the slow cooker. The vegetables and potatoes and everything will be put in later, and then right at the very end, I'll be making the dumplings. So it's one of Pixie's favourites, this stew and dumplings. So yeah, well, you see, the thing is, Bella, that it's cheap enough to go back to the supermarket and buy jam, you know. But some, as I say, I have made my own jam, but it was just something I thought, I was same as you, Bella. You know, it's so easy to go to the supermarket and buy jam, but you don't see many people making their own jam nowadays. You know, I mean, it's as regards jam, your world's your oyster, really, isn't it? I mean, you could make like a mixed fruit one. You know, you can make blueberry jam, you can make rhubarb jam, plum jam, strawberry jam, raspberry. You know what I mean? It's endless, you know. And it went till sort of the other day, and same as I say, I always save the jars. I mean, it's like if we have a cheesecake or anything, I always save this tin foil. Being a baker, you do. And I must have like at least 10 jam jars. And I says, do you know what, something? I ought to do make my own jam. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously I'd have to go out and buy the fruit from the supermarket, because we ain't got no fruit trees or whatever around here. I mean, like there's cherries you could buy, you know. There's all sorts you could make, you know, apricots. You know, but you know, it's it must be nice to be able to, you know, like you said, you know, go out and pick the fruit and make it, you know, fresh fruit, rather than having to go to the supermarket and buying the fruit from the supermarket. You know, I'd love to live on a farm and be able to go out and pick strawberries and raspberries and blackberries. I mean, when I were a kid, I can remember going and picking blackberries. Oh, gooseberry. No, I don't like gooseberries either.
Sorry, can I just make an announcement?
What? No, it all depends.
It's about video of the week.
Right.
In the Facebook group, we've got video of the week, and there's 2 videos that's got 3 likes each. Mine, which is a video interview with Ken Herring.
Yeah.
And also DJM Films, which is the Wolf video.
Yeah.
Them 2 have got 3 likes. I need 1 more like on either of those for them to win this week's video of the week, which will be pinned to the top of the Facebook group page.
Yeah. Did everyone catch that? I've got a Facebook group, and if you're a member, you can vote on the video thread of the week. And at the moment, Pixie's channel has got 3. A very good interview with Ken Herring, which is a droner that lives in America, and also DJM McCullum, which is DJM Films. He's got a video up, which has also got 3 likes. So if you want to go and vote on the video that you like, you're quite welcome to do so. Carla's in there. I mean, I think Carla's got 2. Bella, Beauty on a Budget, nominated.
It's normally up today.
Yeah. So yeah. So if anybody wants to go and vote on it, if you're a member of the group, then you know, you're welcome to go and vote on whichever one.
Well, I've got somebody called Kirsten that wants to join. I don't know if I should.
So yeah, so I mean, you know, you quite, you know, there's the link for the Facebook group that I've got. It's just a group where you can post your YouTube videos. We do a video thread of the week. I just ask 3 simple questions. 1, have you got a YouTube channel?
Well, she didn't answer any questions, but I let her.
But yeah, but I mean, it's like, because we know she's asked to join the group, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's accepted, because myself and Pixie, even though it's Jeanette's community YouTube place, myself and Pixie are the administrators. People that are members of the group, that they're the only ones that will see the posts. It's sort of not public, but members of the group, you know. So Nate says she doesn't have Facebook. Anyway, same as I say, if you're a member of the group, go over, find the thread of the week. There's Pixie's. Yeah. I nominated Pixie because I thought the interview that he did with Ken Aaron was a fantastic interview. So it was me that nominated Pixie. I think it was Emma that nominated DJM Films, which is Dennis McCullum. So so yeah, at the moment they're both on 3 votes at the moment. Because to begin with, we used to pick the winner. Now, we thought it only fair that the members of the group vote on who should win it. So we said the one with the most likes would be pinned to the top of the page for a week. Now, that's basically it. You can nominate someone. Don't necessarily have to be one of your own videos. You can nominate someone, or you can nominate your own videos. You know, it's the one at the end of the week that will be pinned to the top, the one with the most likes. As simple as that. It just gives you a bit of recognition. People will watch it. People, if they're not subscribed to you, they'll subscribe to you. You know, we're a relatively small group. I mean, we did, I don't know whether Facebook are doing a cull, but at one time we had like nearly 200 members. Now, I did read something on, Facebook where inactive members are being removed from groups. So we went down to about 160, something like that. So obviously Facebook are doing some sort of similar cult to what YouTube did. You know, removing non-active members. But at the end of the day, I started that group purely for the fact that it's a place where people can post the videos, get a little bit of recognition for themselves. You know, people, if they like what they see, you know, go and watch people's content. You know, subscribe to them if they're not already subscribed. You know, it's just trying to get recognition for relatively small YouTubers. So, I mean, you know,
Ed be a proper filmmaker.
It's a case of, you know, use your vote, you know. But at the moment, DJM and Pixie's channel are on 3 likes each. So
next like wins it. Okay, Kirsten, go and have a load of videos and tell me which one you think, or
I mean,
like the one that you think that you should have to win.
You know, DJM Films is a really good filmmaker. Emma McCullum does music videos. She's a very talented singer. You know what I mean? I hit the 130 subscribers today. Congratulations, Kirsten. He says it's all downloaded.
Yeah, I've just seen it. Nice one.
So it's a case of, you know, if there's a channel that you like the look of, you know, take a look at the videos. You know, just enjoy people's contents. You know what I mean? Okay then, Kirsten. So as I say, I mean, if there's any videos that you want to post yourself, please feel free to do so. It might get you a little bit of recognition, you know, it might get you a few more supporters. You know, it's I like to think that we've got a little small community, you know what I mean? We all striving for perfection, so to speak. You know, and well, I mean, it don't matter, Kirsten, whether you've only got lives at the moment. I mean, you know, if there's a particular live stream that you did that you thought were good, or people, you know, it's just getting you that little bit of recognition. Like, I started the group basically because obviously I do the baking vlogs, and I asked Pixie's advice on, you know, at the time I were below 1,000 subscribers, and I says, you know, Pixie, well, he did have a drone, but he sold it. You know, and he says, well, I've joined a lot of drone group, blah, 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 you know. People come over from these groups to watch your videos, etc. You know, I asked him for a bit of advice on what to do, you know, to get a little bit of recognition. And he says, well, look on Facebook for like baking groups. And I looked, and there weren't hardly any. And 2 of them were a bit sort of, you know, not my cup of tea. So I says, do you know what? I says, I'm going to start my own Facebook group purely for people to post the YouTube videos.
I'm here and listening. Oh, she's not feeling very well.
That's it. Last night was my best live ever. 255 people came in.
Wow.
2 days and minutes. I did 7 new subscribers. It was awesome. You see this as a thing. I mean, it's like Pixie does a lot of sort of tutorials, drone videos, etc. My niche is like baking. I do a lot of baking vlogs. DJM Films obviously is a filmmaker.
A very good one at that.
His wife Emma McCullum is a talented.
Oh, sorry, whose wife?
Whatever. Emma is a very talented singer. You know what I mean? Each person has got their own individual niche. Like Bella, Beauty on a Budget. She obviously is a beauty diva. You know what I mean? We've got people have got different niches. We've got Eel Stephanie. She's an artist. You know what I mean? And I like to think that I've brought a community together, not just from the UK, but from the USA, Canada, Australia, you know what I mean? And it's just a case of bringing people together. You know what I mean? It's just a case of bringing people with the talents together. And I like to think that we've got like a little community. You know, I've got regular people that come into the live streams. You know, if I can get a channel support, you know, that's all I ask. You know, I won't tolerate people coming in and saying, I support you, you support me back. I'm not a sub for sub channel. I like people to come in, like everyone is here today, and interact with the chat amongst each other, not just coming in and saying, well, I'm supporting you, I want support back. That's not how I do things. You know what I mean? And I have had to ban people for that reason, because they're not interacting with the chat. You know, they're not interacting with the chat. They're just coming for support. The minute that they leave, if they've supported anyone in the, I've seen it all too often. You know, they'll say that they've supported you. Yeah, they might have done, but the minute that they leave the live stream, they unsupport. And I cannot be doing with people like that come in here just to ask for support and expect it back. And I often say, if you like the look of somebody's content, take a look at the channel, support them, look at the videos, comment on the videos. You know what I mean? You know, it's, I don't do sub for sub, you know, and it's like if I go in anybody's live stream, you know, if I go in somebody's live stream, if somebody supports me and they say that they supported me, I go over to the channel, I take a look at the content, I support them back if it's something that I like, and I comment on the videos. Okay then, Dennis, see you later. Thanks for popping in. You know what I mean? It's a case of, if you like someone's content, then you know, you carry on watching it, not just doing it. It's quite, I mean, if this, I mean, like YouTube did the purge not so long back. I know people that lost hundreds, and this is why they did it, to get rid of what we call dead subs and troll accounts. You know, you don't want dead subs or troll accounts making your numbers up, because at the end of the day, they're false subscribers, they're false, you know. Oh, I've got an itchy nose now. You know, you if you're going to do something on YouTube, you've got to sort of be active when you support someone. You know, you've got to be sort of active. I try to get to as many live streams as I can, time permitting. If I watch a video, I always comment. I always leave a thumbs up. You know what I mean? It shows that person that you're enjoying the content, and you know, you're actively supporting them in their YouTube creator forum. So, but you know, I mean, it's like, I'm not being funny, but there is a lot of Facebook groups out there that are saying, well, for so many dollars, you can gain so many supporters. For so many dollars, you can get so much watch time. It's like a falsehood. I like to think that I've earned every one of them supporters, and you know, I mean, I'm monetized. I've not bought nothing, and I don't intend to do so, because it's a falsehood. I mean, buying subscribers, yeah, the numbers look good, but at the end of the day, YouTube are taking them back off you because they're just idle subs. Yeah, and it can get your channel shut down. You know, I mean, they sort of clamping down hard just lately on sub channels, and you know, it in my eyes, I mean, it's there again, going back to a falsehood. You know what I mean? If you want to earn them subs, then it's easy enough for you to go and buy them. But why do that? Because you haven't got the satisfaction of knowing that you've earned every single one of them. You know what I mean? It's there again, it's a falsehood. So you know, it's at the end of the day, it's not worth it, because whatever money you've paid out, you're going to lose it anyway, because they'll only take them off you anyway. So, what I'm going to do, guys, I know I've sort of only been going on just over an hour and a half, but I want to do the vlog that I said I was going to do. So I'll see. I'll live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Obviously, I won't be live streaming on tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Forgetting what day we're on there. So I'll be back on Wednesday. I'll probably do the vlog today, but it won't be published till Wednesday, I think. Forgetting. You see, this is what I'm talking about. I keep forgetting what I'm saying. So what I'll do, I'll see everyone on Wednesday at 10 a.m. I did start a little bit early this morning. I'm sorry. I apologise to, you know, so I'll see everyone later, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.